Hey YouTube family, I have been it's Saturday, I've been terrible at videoing today. Colin helped me last night. Roger's got, I think I showed you last week, Roger had all these floor joists up, so it's our job to get everything, all of this wired. Dealing with some air conditioner stuff. We had a quote last October when we started, and now they want to put in 3 units, and I'm just like, eh. It's the way the house is kind of laid out. So I've had 2 other people in since then. We got 1 more to meet with next week. Super frustrating. I don't want to maintain 3 units. I think that's stupid. But anyway, I am working. Colin's at work with Matt. Matt's working over at turn time. Effie's at work waitressing today. Carson and Lily are here. They're doing driver's ed, so I'm just flying solo with this. So right now I'm trying to start joining these recessed lights together. I got all the lights laid out yesterday, puzzled over that on how to do it, and got all the living room lights. So it'll be my goal today to get all the kitchen lights minus the chandelier and the pendants over the island, but all the recessed lights hopefully wired up with a switch they can come on. And then the same thing for the living room. If we can get all those living room, then we won't be working in the dark. And there's this wire that's hanging out I can eliminate because that's just giving temporary light up there for right now. So, and then of course I've got to wire the receptacles in. Right now there's a couple of mystery wires that kind of came out of some walls. I'm trying to just got to figure out, do they have power already to them? Can I tie them in with something else? I'm gonna have to run power. So I think my mom and dad are coming over sometime later this afternoon or tonight. So my dad's gonna help me do some more stuff from the sub panel and run some empty circuits for me so that I can use them as I need them upstairs. I was hoping I wouldn't have to beg him to come back, but I'll still have to ask him to come back again when we get ready to put the AC in, because we'll still have to run some lines from that panel box for that. So good times on that front. Anyway, I'm just rocking out to some 80s country hits on Alexa and doing some wiring. So come on and join us and watch this crazy thing come together one freaking day. Here I am, late afternoon. Just got through wiring in the switch. They were a booger. So, kitchen pendants, which are not hooked up yet, but we've already hooked up the power. And then this is dining room. Why isn't it on? Oh, because I turned it off because I was wiring this up and I was in that box. So, light in my kitchen. Hoop, hoop. 1 more step. Hey guys, I haven't done a lot of recording today. My parents got here this morning. Effie went to work. Matt and Colin went to work at turn time. Carson and Lily are doing driver's ed again. Let it go. They said it's very boring. We have lights in living room and kitchen. And now I'm working on receptacles. Me and my daddy just had to, and my mom went with me too. We actually had to make a run to Lowe's to pick up some different size wire. A little overwhelmed because I think there's a ton of stuff to do. I don't know how long I'm gonna have my dad for. So much I need him to help me do before he leaves. And I gotta work tomorrow. Wish I didn't have to work tomorrow, but I do. So, hey guys, went to bed last night. We got, daddy here, we got all the power ran for, well, it's all, the wires are ran. It's, I don't have it all hooked together and breakers turned on or anything like that, but still got to install outlets, but all the wiring is done other than the range hood up above. Everything else is good. So I'm hoping to get all that wired in this week. Make sure all that works. Roger will have to do a little bit of plumbing stuff before sheetrock goes up. And then I think I'm gonna let Cullen stay home from school today and help my dad sort of figure out where some of these wires that are not connected to anything now, where they go maybe. And so that we can try to run power back to a lot of those places from upstairs. Still a lot of things upstairs I have to do, but the main thing was trying to get this downstairs done first. So so that is what we're doing right now. Just wanted to kind of give you an update. I got up early this morning and folding laundry because I didn't any laundry all weekend. Effie's still snoozing. She's got homeschool today. So I'm gonna try to tackle, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 more baskets of laundry to fold. So we can all start off the week with folded laundry. I don't like to start my week with baskets of laundry. It drives me crazy. See what we get into this coming week. Hopefully we get these walls and stuff up and get one step closer to having a kitchen back. There's Carson eating donuts. Granny bought donuts yesterday. Well, I had a free dozen for my birthday. My birthday's in a few days. This room is warm. Should be supposed to be 72 degrees, so the heater's been going all night, so it should be good to go. I am gonna get ready to start doing these sinks. So maybe the before and after. A little nervous, but it's gonna be fun. It will be okay. So here goes something. This is a product called Ecapel. This was a shower tray refinishing kit. Comes in 2 parts. You can see that. So open up the big tub. And this was, again, my very first time ever doing this. I was absolutely terrified that I was really going to mess these sinks up. Although I knew if I did, it could be redone. When you're scared to do something, you just have to learn all you can do and just keep going with it. Just tackle it. You'll always be glad that you did. People tell me all the time, I would never be brave enough to do stuff. You just have to. If you really want to do it, you can do it. The internet, there's so many resources out there today that you can use and utilize to help figure out and find out the best ways. And not everybody's way is going to be your way. Usually times when I'm doing all this stuff, I watch 2 or 3 things or read 2 or 3 things. So I got all that scraped off, and then you open up this second part and you're going to pour this in there. Empty that bottle completely in there. And then you're going to stir it for 10 minutes. So stir away. Meanwhile, in my kitchen and living room, I got more ceilings. Now here we are back to the sink and your finished product. I did not do a detailed explanation on actually how I did this, although it really was just a pour-on method. It really was not bad at all. Came out very, very smooth. So now that I feel like I'm a lot better at it, I do have a cast iron clawfoot bathtub that I will do, and I will do it as more of a directional video in case anybody wants to know. All right, Matt has mostly got all the crap off this floor. There was a bunch of old tile stuff. Some of this may not come off. But I'm not sure if we're putting tile in here or laminate floor. It is smooth though. He still has to go over it with the fine sandpaper. This, I do still have to get up in here. Not sure what they did under that tile. Like a leveling concrete or something, but we got to get down to the slab. So I'm fixing to put on a mask and work on that. You saw my 2 sinks that are all done. And then may try to get tile down today, or there's a shelf I want to sand. So I don't know. Roger and I are trying to finish up that ceiling. Hopefully they will get the walls up too. All right, Matt's in there, finish that bathroom. I'm gonna get working on this shelf. This is a pecan slab. It's really about 9 foot long. I'm gonna cut it down to about 7.5 foot long. I'm gonna chisel away these edges. This is gonna be the shelf in the laundry room. So I have not done this before. I don't know what I'm doing. But I don't think these really need to go through the planer. I think they're pretty okay for not. And these are not really twisted. I'm not gonna say that it's perfect either, but it's we'll see how it is when we trim off that and see if it's pretty level. I think enough for that shelf. So we will see. But I'm gonna get to chiseling and working on this. I cannot wait to get this sanded and to see the grain of wood in this. All right, Roger's almost got all the sheetrock up. Got that little bit around the beam. There's one little piece there. It's got that end cap. Got to fill in that hole with concrete. Those 2 sheets. There's Carson. He's got a cap off those. This wall, I'm gonna put pecan boards lining that whole little piece. It's pecan. Lining that whole wall. That's where my cast iron skillets and things like that are gonna hang. And then, but there will be sheetrock on that side. So I've had a shower. My hair was absolutely disgusting. Here is my opening. He took down this door yesterday so instead of being case open, it's more like a little hallway. So when you come in from the mudroom, minus all the crap that will not be there, it's like you're walking in. So here's my laundry room shelf I was working on earlier. I got it taped up. I got to put some epoxy in that hole. I thought I might do that tonight, but that's not gonna happen. And then here's my sinks. You can see a little bit underneath the, let me turn the flash off. You can see a little bit under the holes where it didn't stay quite as thick. And maybe even in the bottom, it got a little thicker. There was a couple of air bubbles that popped. But, so that bottom is gonna be really thick, but I guess that's okay. But it did end up smoothing out very well. And then same thing over here. I was worried that back was gonna have a bunch of lines and stuff in it. It is a little bit more bumpy than the other one. I feel like the other one is smoother. I don't know why, but it still looks super duper good. So I'm so excited about that. I got pegboard up in my closet the other day. I got to get some hooks and stuff for it. Bought a rug. Obviously I haven't used it yet. We can turn this heat off now. So next up will be the tub, maybe. This, oh, well, hello, Jazzy. Well, hello, Jazzy Fries. Come here. What you doing? Come here. Say hey, Jazzy. Where's Effie, huh? Jazzy's a sweet boy. He's looking for his Effie. He loves his Effie. Come here. Come here. Jazzy also likes to eat the bread at night if he's not in a bedroom with Effie. So that's going to be about it for this weekend. Next weekend, he'll finish up the sheetrock. We are going to keep working on these floors a little bit this week. They're all sanded down. We'll return the machine tomorrow. It'll be the last time we got to get the machine. Thank you, Jesus. It's been so dusty in here today. So we might try to get these floors stained this week. We might can do that. Got to get the fireplace painted. I've got a mantle to get done for up there. Trim will have to be painted. If Roger's got the trim, I don't know if he'll have the trim up or not, but trim will have to, when trim goes up, it'll have to go up. Probably gonna have to move the cabinets, or I think they're gonna be out of town the week of Thanksgiving, so I don't think they will put the cabinets in that week, which will kind of be good. We'll have time to paint, and then quartz will probably have to be sometime early December or at the end of that week. So we will see. Thank you guys for watching. We'll get through eventually. All ready for X-rays? Let me see them shorts.
Yeah.
We get on some. Ooh, fancy.
Ooh,
Are you nervous?
No. Anxious. Not nervous.
Put your shoes off thing. I'm such a big proponent of when you get undressed in a doctor's office, tidying up your attire. You know how many times I go in, somebody naked on the table, and their clothes are like in a pile on the floor. Panties and all. Drives me crazy. Y'all see that? That is
Street.
no change in 6 months. So brace goes down to 16 or 18 hours instead of 22. And we don't have to come back for 9 months instead of 6.
And then we get an X-ray of my hand.
And it is
growth plates.
And it is, and he said instead of being likely that we're going to have surgery,
It's not
now
likely.
he said it is not likely. That
And
is
he said back
fantastic.
pain should decrease after I stop growing. And if it doesn't, I'm going to be very sad. But I trust him.
Very good. We're gonna get dressed and go see our orthodontist. All right, we did Cheesecake Factory for lunch. And Effie already is digging into my food
It looks so good.
instead of hers. But we're not getting a cheesecake.
What? We are.
What will Effie choose?
Cheesecake.
What kind?
Good question.
Hey guys, back from Atlanta finally. Dark outside, traffic was a little bit crazy. It always is on Friday afternoons coming back. Effie's down feeding horses with Matt. He gave her the biggest hug. Her spine might be even more crooked now that Matt got home and hugged her. When she called and told him he was crying on the phone, I've cried a couple of times. And she's just like, what? It's not that big of a deal. It's great. Like, I'm glad I have surgery, but it's great. But it's fine. It would have been fine either way. She's always been so whatever. But she has been so brave in all this. She wears her brace like an absolute champ. She runs like crazy. She is more driven right now to make herself a better runner and to stay in shape than she ever has been, even through all the years of all that she loves running. But I truly feel like God gave her an ability to run so that it would help save her from this. It was part of her testimony, one day, I don't know. But we are just so thankful. Thankful just does not, Thanksgiving's next week, and thankful doesn't even begin to even justify the feelings that we have today. So anyway, any questions on scoliosis? Effie's glad to help answer them. And we hope it continues this way. We'll see in 9 months. If we have anything concerning before then we'll go see him again. We do go see the orthodontist back in 4 months to just take a look at her brace and see if we need to measure for another one. But otherwise, we're cruising right along. I'm getting ready to pour some epoxy in this hole in this board. Tried it the other night, didn't have it done right. All the epoxy leaked out. It was messy, it was ugly, it was awful. So messaged a friend of mine, FaceTimed or phone called with him, or message phone called with him, and he helped me figure out sort of how to set it up. So we're gonna try this again, see if we can get it to stay in this time. But this is supposed to be the shelf for my laundry room. So we'll see how this goes. But I'm gonna hang out with y'all and get this going, and I'll keep you posted tomorrow. So this is after I sanded the epoxy down back to the wood, which there wasn't too many edges to do. Then I use a Rubio Monocoat brand. It's called Oil Plus 2C. You put it on there and then you just spread it out with a little plastic trowel that you have. You can rub it on with like a lint-free cloth. Got this in fast motion. You get it all on there, you let it dry, and then you buff it off. And there's your finished product. And I'm going to go ahead and fast forward to real time and show you the shelf. So I use brackets to hang this one up, then have it all decorated, and it's my laundry room shelf. And I love it. Thank you guys for joining us this week. This covers probably almost a month, so I'm really trying hard to catch you up, just not as many details. We're loving the house and just can't wait to share it all with everybody. Go have a good day. Catch you soon. Bye.